Hi there, how are you? Welcome to Maths for Data Science. This is Vivek. We will learn how to create and use classes with Python and how object-oriented concepts are applied within the language. There is a lot to cover in this class, so I'm going to break this up into several different videos. It will allow us to focus on a specific topic. So what is class? So class is a logical grouping of the data and functions in a way that is easy to reuse and also easy to build upon if needed. So before starting the class, we have to understand two words in class. One is attribute, second class. So attribute is nothing but the variables we define in the class, that is called attributes, and methods are nothing but the functions we create in the class. In attributes, we have two different type of attributes. One is class attribute, second is instance attributes. We will understand that in some time. First, let us understand how we can create a class. Create a class, you have to use a class keyword. All are in small words, and the class you would like to class name and a column. This is how you create the class. If you don't want to create any functions or attributes in the class, you can simply use pass keyword. So it will tell Python that you have to skip it. Now we understood how to create empty class where you don't have any attributes or methods. Now let us learn how to create a class where you with attributes and methods. So here, for example, we are taking a situation where company would like to maintain its employees' personal information. For that thing, they would like to create a class, and class is a blueprint. So the structure contains the employees information such as the name, address, pay, phone number, etc. So I'm creating a class called employee. Now here I'm saying diff init. So here init is nothing but the constructor in C++. So what happens whenever you create a class? When you have an init method in your class and you create an instance of that particular class, as soon as that instance is created, this particular init is triggered, and whatever code we have in here in the init method, that is executed by default. So if you would like to initialize your instance with certain information or certain values, you can do using the init method. So init takes one default argument, which is self. Here the self is nothing but the instance, and here instead of writing a self, you can use any other word here, any generic word, or you can use France also here, still it works. But out of best practice, you use self. And after that, if you would like to give any input parameters to this init method, you can give it, else not required. But here, as we are planning to maintain the personal information of the employees, let us give the name, first name, last name, the pay, and the address. Now here I am using self dot first. I will tell you what exactly it is. Self means here equal to first. So at the start of the video, I told there are two types of attributes: instance attributes and the class attributes. So if you use a self in front of any variable which you define in the class is called instance variable. It means whatever value this particular variable contains, that is limited to an instance. You can't access that value outside the instance. We'll understand it better when I will create the class and initiate an instance. Now suppose I'm creating an instance called employee1. To create an instance, you mention first the name of the class and then the input parameters. If you have any input parameters, you mention it here. If you don't have this particular part, then you don't mention it here. But you can say, Vivek, here you have already mentioned a parameter which is called self. So what happens behind the screens, though you don't mention self while creating the instance of a class, it will execute. Why? In the back end, Python knows that if you don't pass anything here, by default it passes the instance of that particular class here. So that's how it will not throw us any error. But in our case, I do need to pass three parameters for this name. So I'm saying Sai is my first name, Ram is my last name, the salary is that much, the address is something, ABC. So now I've created the instance of this particular class. So I've created an instance. Let us see and print and check whether we have the instance of the class or not. If I print only the emp1, which is the instance of a class, here you can clearly say, so I'm saying main employee. If I would like to access it outside the class, how can I do that? If I would like to print it here, then you have to say instance. In this situation, it's emp1 dot first. Now you could able to add, or you can do like this, not a pipe operator, it should be a plus. So you can able to print, you can able to concatenate and print using this particular approach. Now instead of doing these particular operations where you are concatenating or printing both first name and last name, you can create a function in class which is called a method. In terms of class, you call a function which you create in the class as a method. So I'm creating a method called full name, as this particular method would be a instance method. So I'm passing the self. Now I'm writing saying, so I'm using a format here. format. Now I'm saying self dot first, self dot last. Here you have seen this format function that I've explained in the strings. Here you can see why we are using the self dot first, because we are passing the instance information, and that instance information contains within the self dot first. That's the reason. So I'm re-executing the class. So now I've created this particular function or method. How can I access it? Same it instance dot the name of the method. You got the same input. Sorry, you got the same output. That's how you can access the methods in classes. So this is the one way of accessing it. What is another way of accessing it? To access this particular function, there is a one more way, that is class dot the method, which is full name. I'm saying I would like to access it, and then you have to pass the instance. If you pass in this way also, still this full name will be executed and you will get the same output. The difference between here and here is, first thing, you're using a class here, but in this situation you're using the instance. And the second thing is, here you are passing the instance explicitly, but here in this situation the instance will be passed implicitly. So let us now understand what is class variable. So let us expand this particular example further to check how class variable works. So in the same situation, now suppose the same company does give the increment every year, but each and every employee gets the same percentage of increment every year. Say that's a 4%. So in this situation, we can use a class variable. Now I'm saying increment percentage as one variable. So I'm saying 1.05. So I'm saying 105%. It means I'm giving a 5% increment. So while creating a class variable, you just write the class variable just before the init. You can use it here also at the end of the class. Even this will work, but out of best practice, I suggest you to keep your class variables at the start of the class. We will see both the ways to understand it better. Now I have created it, and now suppose to get the incremented salary, I'm creating a new method, say default raise sal, as this particular would be the instance variable. I'm using the self here. Or just as I told you, we can use anything else. Let us use not self, but you can use test, just to show you that it works. And now return, I'm saying now you have to access this particular variable here. So there are two ways to do it. Either you can use the class to access it, or you can use the instance to access it. First, we will go ahead with the class to see how we can access. Then we can use the other way around also. So increment. Now again, let me take here and create an instance of the class. I created it. Now I'm saying employee 1 dot 5% increase. So if you do 5% increase of 20,000, 1,000 would be the 5% increase. So you're getting the out. So here, if you see that instead of self, I use test. Still it executed, because whatever name you mentioned here doesn't matter. You can give any name here, because Python does pass the instance here directly. It doesn't matter because Python passes the instance of the class. So Python passes the instance of the class here. But out of the best practice, again I'm saying we use self here. So now you see here I got this error that test is not, because now here I've changed it to self. So I have to mention it here self. And now it will work as expected. And there is a second way of accessing the class variable. You can use the instance. In this way also you can access it. Let me increase here the salary to 2 lakhs so we can see the difference. You can access in this way also. So let us print, let us check the employee and these instance namespace. I would like to show you something which employee dot, to check a namespace, you say the class dot underscore dict, dict. Same thing, let me do it for ct underscore. Okay, let me print now. Now here in this both namespaces, check it. In the instance level, you don't see the increment percentage, but at the class level you do see it. So it's a class variable, you do see it at the class level. Now you say it's okay that we are using the same percentage of increment for each and every employee, but I would like to change this percentage for a particular employee. That you can do it using employee dot increment percentage. If I do 1.07, suppose I'm giving a 7% increment, I can do it. Let me print it, emp dot inc per. So now you can see I have increased it to 1.07, and when I print it, I could see it. Now let me execute this namespace again. At the class level I'm executing, see the value is still 1.0, but at the instance level, initially we didn't have that variable. Now a variable is created, and this variable with this new value is specific to this particular instance. So it will not translate to it will not make any changes to the class variable level. So that's how you can do the changes to class variable specific to particular instance. And suppose you would like to do the changes at the class level itself, then also you can do it. Say employee at the class level I'm doing, so I'm using the class name dot increase per equal to 1.1%, means 10% increment. Now let me execute these two and let us see. Now here you can see the increment percentage changed to 1.1%, but at instance level it's still 1.07. Why it happens? Because I'm saying that for this particular instance I need 1.07. I don't need 1.1. And that changes we have done here. Now let me create a new instance and let us see if that new instance has 1.1 or 1.0. So I'm creating a new instance, employee 2, and I'm saying Vivek. Now created the instance. Let me print it here. So emp2 dot. So here you see that for this particular new instance we have created, we don't have that particular class variable available here because we did not do any changes. We did not say instead of 1.1 I need something else. That's why it's not created. It's directly taken from the class. Let me print variable. Now here see it's 1.1, same as the class variable. So that's how we can use the class variable to do it. But I would like to give you one more example where you can relate with class variable very well. Suppose I want to see the number of employees. So for that thing, I'm creating a new class variable, say number employees. So I will initialize with 0, and I'm saying as soon as a new instance is created, increase this particular class variable by 1. So here we will do it at class level, employee dot num underscore emp plus equal to 1. So it's saying as soon as instance is created, increase this thing. So increase the number of employees variable to keep track of the employee now count. So now as I did the code change, I executed it. Now I will create the instance and let me print this particular class variable. I'm printing it. Now you can see the count is 2. And now I will create one more. Here I'm creating employee 3 also. Now let us see the count. So here you see it's 5. So now let me create a new, and now let us see the count. It's 3. So we have created a 3 instances. We got 3 as an output. So that's how you can use the class variable to our benefit. So this would be the end of the class variable and a basic concepts on classes. In the next video, we will understand the class methods and static methods in detail. So I've given some coding exercises. Please go to the description where you have a GitHub link. Go to the coding exercises and try it. If you like the video, please click on the like button and subscribe the channel to get the regular updates from the channel. So meet you in the next video. Till then, I'm Vivek signing off. Bye bye.